Hey friends, welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you're new here. Today's video is going to be my kitchen pantry organized with me because I desperately needed to do this. So let's take a little look at the before, shall we? I cannot take a step foot into this pantry to get anything, and it's been this way for about I don't know, like 5 months or so that it's been this disorganized. So it's really been put on the back burner, and it's just been something that I've been putting off, but I know I need to do, and I know I'm gonna feel so much better once it's done. Obviously I've already done it, so yeah, can confirm it felt a lot better having this organized. So let's go ahead and jump into it. If you haven't seen my previous organized pantry video, that is basically the one where I went in and organized everything into the containers and the baskets and everything. So that was like a really big kind of organize and kind of set up my pantry system. This is going to be more of a declutter and just kind of tidying things up. And in that video, I took everything out of the pantry and then put it back. But this time I really just did not want to do that because it was kind of a mess. So I'm actually going to be doing this in layers and starting at the bottom. Also, if you're not following me on Instagram, definitely go check it out and subscribe while you're at it if you're new here, and turn on post notifications. I would really appreciate that. So I pulled everything out of the pantry and I noticed that there was basically a whole bag of chips that had fallen onto the ground. So I grabbed my vacuum. Obviously I was going to do this anyway, but it was like definitely necessary. So I grabbed my vacuum and just tidied up the ground. And the goal for the bottom section was to have everything kind of hidden and also just tucked away. That way you can actually step foot into the pantry and get what you needed to get. So the way I like to do this is I kind of hide the bigger things on the side, because when you're just looking at the pantry, we don't really close this door all that often, so it is very visible, which is slightly embarrassing considering the state it was in before this video. But I do like to put the bigger things onto the sides so you can't really see them, like our extra litter box that we have. I have like a KitchenAid mixer and like a little shelf and stuff, and also just like our tools and extra paint and garbage bags and things like that. I do have this little container that I like to keep our toilet paper in, our paper towel, although I'm thinking about it now and I took the plastic off of the toilet paper, and I should have done that for the paper towel just for aesthetic purposes. Maybe I'll go back and do that, but I just kind of use that container to hold some things. We don't have a linen closet, so that's why we keep our toilet paper and things like that in here. Also, in the bottom shelf we have some like random alcohol that we don't need to keep in the fridge until we want it, and also our Nespresso recycle bags, because we have a ton of those and they were kind of just like floating around the pantry, and it's nice to have them all in one spot. I also have this little like drawer container that's actually meant for under your sink, or like in a shelf or a cupboard or something from the Container Store, and I use that to store our towels and our linen cloths, tea towels, that's what I meant. And then once the bottom section was pulled out, vacuumed, and everything was put back properly in its spot, I did move on to the second shelf, and this is where I have like my snacks, which I put to the side for Cody to go through. He was currently napping when this was all going down, so I left him something to do because I really hate going through snacks and getting rid of expired things. It's just not my favorite task. So I actually decided to go through my tea and my Nespresso and my coffee and stuff. We had a lot of expired coffee things, so I got rid of those. And also I had my coffee in a bigger container than my tea, and I have far more tea now than I do coffee things, so I just switched those containers. Also, I hadn't taken the price tags off of any of these bins when I bought them, so I did that too. Having things tucked away in bins like this in the pantry make everything so much more organized. I really just wanted to get everything into a bin and not free floating, because that's when it can start to look a little bit messy and cluttered. So I tried my best to fit all of my tea into this bin. A lot of my bags are like loose leaf tea from David's Tea, so I kind of just stacked those accordion file, and then I did like my smaller containers towards the front, and then I didn't have room for some of my bigger tea boxes, but I'm definitely going to source a tea organizer of some sort to put those in, because I'd rather get rid of the boxes and just have the tea bags, because I think that'll look a lot cleaner and nicer. And then I also went through all of our laundry stuff and got rid of things that were expired or containers that were just taking up like way too much space, fitting those in. And then I did put our scent boosters and our actual detergent that we're currently using just on the side, because I'm constantly grabbing them because I'm constantly doing laundry. So reorganizing that, I also went through, like, we have a pasta bin. Some of the things in here were expired, so I got rid of those. We also have like a nut butter bin that we have in the back of the pantry. I don't know, these are just like little bins that I didn't really have that much stuff to organize in, but I did go through what I could. And then I just kind of worked my way around the pantry. So I did that first shelf, and now I'm moving on to the second one. One of the more contained but still disorganized sections that I needed to go through was like our vitamins and our pills and our electrolyte drink kind of things. I have these containers that I use actually for my makeup. They're from the Container Store as well. I'll link them down below. I use these in my makeup storage video, which I'll link down below if you guys want to go see that. But I have a ton of these, and so I actually had extra when I ordered them, and so I'd use them in my pantry for vitamins. They're really, really great because they're clear, you can see them, everything stays super contained and organized. I really, really like them, and I just went in and kind of reorganized all that kind of stuff, got rid of things that we weren't using and expired. I have this Lazy Susan here as well that I like to keep, like my protein powder and my electrolyte drinks, my collagen, just kind of things that I reach for often when I'm making smoothies and stuff. And so going back to these containers, like I said, I have one that's basically just vitamins. I love these, and I tried to reorganize those and fit them in. We had miscellaneous Band-Aid boxes and things like that I could get rid of the box and just keep the Band-Aids. Also too, we drink a lot of vitamin C in this house, so I had to reorganize those packets as well, kind of just get rid of boxes and put them into proper containers, because there's no point in keeping like the big box if there's like 3 packets in there. So that was kind of my goal, to kind of consolidate everything and put them into a proper spot. Like I previously mentioned, we don't actually have like a linen closet, so normally I feel like most people would keep their medicine in a linen closet or things like that, but I don't have that, so we have to make use of our pantry. It's obviously very spacious and we have a ton of room for this kind of stuff, so kind of keeping all of our health things in one section is good. Obviously it doesn't really fit some of our bigger medicine, so I just kind of tuck those behind in the pantry that you can't really see, like our cough, that was the weirdest way to say cough medicine, and like liquid stuff, because these drawers are pretty shallow, so they only fit so much, but it definitely works and it keeps things definitely more organized. I also had this other container that I had been using for other health things, hemp hearts, chia seeds, different things that I do reach for kind of often. Got rid of all the expired things in that bin, wiped it out because it was a little bit sticky, and then just popped in the things that I do reach for often, some extra vitamins, some supplements that I am taking daily because they don't fit into the drawer containers, and then of course I put those all back and reorganized them to make them look nice and tidy. Following that, I went around and found different containers of extra product that I had. So I had an extra bag of flour that I could put into my baking flour container, because that makes the most sense and that's where it should have been in the first place. I also found a bin at the top of my pantry that had some extra almond flour from Costco, so I just wanted to put that obviously into its proper container. It's very fluffy, so I used a spoon to kind of flatten it down so I could get the entire bag into the container and seal it up and give it a wipe down. And also I found a extra bag of protein pancake mix, so I was able to fill that one up as well. If you're curious, I got these OXO containers, I think on Amazon or at the Container Store, I can't remember, but these ones are definitely better than the little twist ones that I have with the gray tops. I definitely prefer these white snap tops better. The seal is a lot better on them and they look a lot nicer because I like the white. So that's those containers. I did move on to more baking supplies, and I kind of just lightly organized my sprinkles and kind of cake decorating section. I knew some products were definitely expired, so I got rid of those and just kind of reorganized it a little bit. It's one of those places in my pantry that is kind of all over the place, and I tend to just throw things back on top when I'm done using them. So this is probably a project I do need to go through more in depth at some point, but I really didn't want to do that today, so I just tidied it up as best as I could and put the containers back. I didn't really show myself organizing the back corners. I have one bin that has a bunch of spices and other cookware that we don't touch too often but is nice to have, so that's kind of the other wicker basket you see in the back. I also have like my baking soda, baking powder, and my vinegar and stuff that is all contained in a container as well. All of this stuff was pretty much organized. I just kind of needed to sort it out placement wise. I did find another bag of white sugar, so I was able to top up this container as well. But that was pretty much it for the organizing. I organized the boxes at the top. I kind of rearranged all of the glassware and servingware at the top of my pantry as well, and that was pretty much it. It wasn't a whole lot to do other than just like putting things back in its place towards the top. So that is pretty much it for the organizing. So it's 5 hours later and we are done tidying up the pantry. He just really wanted to be a part of this, so this is what we're doing. It turned out really good, and if you guys saw my pantry organization video from last year, that is when we got all the bins and the containers and everything. So that was really more of like the reorganization. This was really just like tidying everything up because, as you guys saw, it was a mess. So we basically just kind of reorganized this, the different sections. So we have like cleaning stuff. I have all the pet stuff up here and like a bunch of boxes that are empty. They're empty boxes that have things in use, and we just want to keep them in case we resell them. We have, like I said, cleaning products, laundry products, everyday cleaning stuff, some garbage bags, and we have bags down there and more cat stuff. We have all of our like tumblers and water bottles there, all of our like vitamins and health things, snacks down here, cloths and tea towels. This is like paper towels, cotton rounds, Kleenex, extra supplies because we like to buy the big Costco sizes. Oh my god, do we see this right now? He's hugging me. Oh, he's just loving this. Okay, and then up top we have all of like my servingware and party stuff. I just kind of keep it as contained as I can. And then we have soup and like a lot of coconut oil. I forgot like how much coconut oil we have, so we don't need to buy any for a very long time. Our keto powders for drinks, have a lot of like cooking stuff and I don't know, flours, different things, and you guys can see the labels. This is like a little Lazy Susan that we have with a bunch of like protein powder and things I put in smoothies or little like electrolyte drinks and morning body bloom. This is really good from Sarah's Day. Love it. Yeah, all of our spices. We did have like a lot of extra spices. A lot of them are actually from Trader Joe's, so I found this little wooden thing and just kind of organized them nice on here. We have all of our Nespresso capsules, and then also I had to switch. All of my coffee was actually in the larger container, and I have accumulated so much more tea, and so I had to switch them to put all the tea in the bigger one, even though it didn't all fit. So that's that situation. I kind of want to get one of those like little tea organizers that are like wooden and you can kind of just slot in this tea bags. I think that'll be nice, so I'll look for one of those. Cookbooks, a bunch of all of my like baking stuff is basically on this side. We have like our toaster, our cooking oils, more baking stuff, sprinkles, and then up top in the corner there is like party supplies, extra glassware, cake carriers, cupcake carrier, and just like bowls and stuff for when we host. We have like my KitchenAid mixer down here, and basically everything went back to the same spot. I wasn't like going to reorganize everything. It was more so just like tidying it up and putting it back into its proper spot. I have cat hair in my mouth. But yeah, that's basically it. That is our clean and tidy pantry for now. I'm very happy. Hopefully it stays this way because it can get like very messy very quickly. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you have any questions about anything, let me know in the comments down below. Are you good? Is that it? Are we done the video? Are we done? Yeah, okay. Like I said, thanks for watching. I will see you guys in my next video. Have a great day. Bye.